I don't know. Sasha's a really good friend of mine. Joe's cool. Dave's cool. Everyone's cool in that heat. So, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. I'm kind of never really the one that speaks first. So let's see how we go. But here we got Blue Drew Innocend taking off on a nice looking little wave.
Oh,
Sick backflip. Can he push through that? Yep, he
yes.
does. So I dare say that'll be the best wave of the heat so far, Manny.
Yeah, I agree. Not too many backflips so far in the early rounds here in the 2012 Box Pro. The first one to throw down in the earlier heat, I believe that was Jake Stone or Sam Bennett pulled out the first backflip, and now here's another look.
Yeah, Drew Innocend making a nice line. That he's got a really good backflip stance, which just left our screens there. But yeah, Drew's got a really good backflip on him. He goes straight over from the beach. You pretty much wouldn't even see a slick, which is kind of what everyone's trying to achieve. You can go head straight over, and Lang gets a little bit caught up on his rail there, but he pushes through and does a little hair flick for the boys back home on the sunny coast.
Oh, Magno deep in the white jersey from Brazil. Oh, punches through the little pinch section right there. Second place finisher last year on the 2011 Box Pro, Magno Passos.
Yeah, Magno's amped on this event. Last year he was killing it, doing the hugest inverts of the most psychotic sections, and he's back out there today. And I guess the conditions are a little bit smaller than what he's used to, but he's an experienced competitor, and he's going to make the most of it no matter what. So he's definitely one to watch in this event as always.
Here's another look at Magno's last wave, Magno's Passos on the reflex replay. And again, he makes it, punches through the lip and pulls off a nice, clean, deep barrel. Magno Passos, second place, Box Pro 2011.
Yep. And here we got Drew Innocend in blue taking off again, and another backflip off the peak.
Can he pull that one around? Nice, solid, clean move right there, Drew Innocend.
A little bit caught up in the foam, but showing a nice spin at the end there to prove that he still had momentum, which is what the judges need to see. It's pretty tricky out there at box sometimes with the way it pushes off the reef. You kind of got to, when you finish your moves, you want to angle straight back into the flats to show that you are still in control and not just getting pushed off the side of the wave. So Drew really utilizing that to his advantage there. You can see nice backflip. Like I said, he's got a great backflip style in him, and he's freaking ripping, Drew. He's always been around the edges of the scene, and especially now in the pipe event, he was just killing it. I mean, he was one of the standouts of day one, and he's actually been a standout at every pipe event I've been to, always making it through at least like 4 heats. So it's great to see Drew here at the box comp and qualifying into the main event, and I'm excited to see what he can do. Here he is, this good-looking fella from the Sunshine Coast of Australia. He's into rock, he's into guitars, he's into long hair. And here we got White, Magno Lavernhe with a big ARS off the peak. That's a sick move. I dare say that will be the best wave of the heat so far.
Wow, unreal, sorry.
Yes, so yeah, Magno, I mean, here we got a replay of him again. Nice off the bottom turn and hits it pretty much perfectly. Gets projected nicely out into the flats. Smooth landing. You can see he landed really hard, and that's what judges like to see, show commitment and air. So yeah, Magno will be happy with that one. That's a good backup score to his last barrel.
Magno had the eye of the tiger last year. He really wanted to win, but he bowed down and conceded to the only guy he would want to lose to, and that was Ryan Hardy.
Yeah.
Ryan Hardy winning every single heat of the event, but Magno put together a solid show, and he was just going big. There's this big, huge air maneuver that he went for, and it was on a massive, I can't believe he even went for the lip.
Yeah, Magno's an absolute badass. He's definitely not scared. What I really like about Magno is he really crushes that typical Brazilian stereotype, which in most cases is not true anyway, and he just shows that these guys are just as hardcore as anyone else. They can ride big waves, they can do big moves, and they can surf with good style. Here we got Jake Stone. He's looking super stoked with this first heat win. What a ripper. He only rode 2 waves in that heat, and he still came out on top, so that just shows local knowledge, and he's confident. He's a confident rider. He knows, he's trusting his skills, and he knows what he has to do, and he does it. So yeah, well done to Stoney. Then we got Sam Bennett. He had a great showing at Pipeline. Super stoked for Sam. He's another guy who's, for the last, I don't know, 5 years has been one of the best, if not the best, young rider in Australia, and has just never really had that break. He's never really had that big result. And I think pipe was exactly what Sam needed. And I'm not too sure what he came in that last heat. Can you help me out there, Manny?
I believe he ended up in 3rd place. Let's take another look. But he was, yeah, Jones Russell ended up in 2nd.
So if Sam Bennett came 3rd in that last heat, that's still not a bad result for Sam. Luckily, it's not an elimination, so he is going to go into round 2. And he's still got a chance to go all the way up to the final. So I'm expecting big things from Sam this year. And yeah, well done.
Yeah, there's nothing really stopping him from, you know, making a huge push on the 2012 IBA World Tour. He's got the skills, he's got the talent, and as you mentioned, he's been at it for so long. He's got the perseverance as well, you know, in his pocket. So
yeah,
we will see more of Sam Bennett for sure. So currently out in the water, heat number 2, round number 1, 26 minutes remaining. We are looking at Amaury Lavernhe waiting for that first wave to come through. Mike Stewart in yellow with 2 waves on his scorecard, 3.18, 4.68. Drew Innocend, and here he is, Amaury Lavernhe.
Amaury Lavernhe up in his first wave, nice round roll out the pocket. Amaury's such a consistent competitor, and he knows exactly what he needs to do in heats, and I'd say that's a good opening wave for Moz. Here we see a replay of him taking off. Always draws a nice clean line.
Always.
He knows exactly what he's looking for, and perfect execution, nice clean roll. Not going to be a great score, but still a good opener wave for Moz. And
oh, look at Mike Stewart in the yellow.
Whoa.
Oh, Mike Stewart pulling out the big moves here at the box. Mike Stewart, you know, hands down, one of my favorite riders.
Here we go, Blue up and riding again. Drew in a sick one. He had a nice roll in on the peak there and a nice deep barrel. Coming out with doing a little spin to show momentum, and that's another great wave for Drew. Drew's really wants this, and he's going for it. That was a good wave. He waited for that one. He got it, and yeah, he'll up there, so he'll be happy with that one.
Nice wave exchange right there. 3 rides within the last, 2 minutes. Amaury Lavernhe starting that charge, and Mike Stewart, solid wave, and Drew Innocend, 3 solid back-to-back waves in heat number 2. Hopefully, there's a little preview of what's to be expected. Mike Stewart turning around as he paddles out, sneaks under the under the lip, quick little pocket ride.
Bit of a strange wave choice for Mike Stewart there, but
that's 2 waves.
I guess he knows what he's doing, so we'll leave it up to him. But I mean, great to see his variety on that last wave, doing a nice ARS out the bowl there. Mike's really, I don't want to say stepped it up because he's pretty much the godfather of the sport, but in the last year, he's really been putting it all on the line and really doing his best to mix it up with the younger generation that's throwing out these moves and consistency. So, I mean, it's amazing to see Mike performing at this level at his age.
Yeah.
And he's a great asset to the tour, and I'm super stoked to be able to share water with him in a heat.
Yeah, he made it to the finals at the Pipe Challenge just 3 weeks ago. So he still has a lot of power, a lot of energy within to stay on this tour. So we're gonna see a lot of Mike. Here's a quick look of Drew Innocend's last wave.
Yeah, Drew. That was a really sick wave for Drew. I would have been stoked to get that one in heat. Looked like a nice big set. And yeah, he must have had priority, or someone decided not to go, and he was straight onto it. Didn't even look twice. Getting a nice clean barrel with a nice clean exit, and yeah, it's a good way for Drew. He'll be stoked with that.
All right, so check this out. We have a little lull in the action. We'll be back right after this.
Yeah, well, that was we just saw a nice advert there from Slicks and Decks, and yeah, they're a new WA-based shop. I'm pretty sure Chris White's the owner of that, the founder of the infamous Tension series that really changed bodyboarding for good. And yeah, he's back and supporting this event in a big way. So thanks for that ad, Whitey, and Slicks and Decks for getting behind this event. They've got a great team, great outlook, and here we got yellow Mike Stewart up and riding on a nice little bowley wave, and whoa, throws out a sweet little invert for the boys on the beach.
Talk about variety.
Yeah.
Mike Stewart's pretty much almost got every move in the book in this first 4 waves.
Mike's digging out deep into his bag of tricks here, and here we got Blue, Drew Innocent up on another wave with a sick-looking bowl section, another backflip. Comes out of that one. Drew's just got these backflips taped. He knows what works for him, and he's doing it, and it's great to see guys surfing to their strengths in the heat. So we got Magno Passos up on another one. Fortunately, getting shut down on that. It looks like the bigger ones are the go today because the smaller ones are just there's too much water on the reef for such a small wave, and they aren't barreling up to their usual standards. So we got a replay of Mike taking off on such a nice little bowley wave. Great wave selection by Mike. Smooth, well executed invert, great control. And we lost Drew on that one, but geez, look at that lineup. Looks packed.
Well, I believe Chris White will be driving Seamus Makeham out on the water. Well, take a look at this.
Yeah, Drew Innocent, another great backflip. Always seems like he lands just under the lip, but he's doing it. He's getting pushed out in front of the wave again, and it's pretty hard on a small day like this at the box to try and get that great projection out away from the lip, and Drew's making the most out of a bad situation, and he's doing some really sick flips. So I'm really looking forward to him progressing further and further in this event.
You can see 2 jet skis out there. The first one on your left, we have Chris White driving our waterman, Seamus Makeham. Seamus has a big old tube or pipe in his backpack. Inside of that waterproof tube is the HD transmitter worth, almost 40 grand. So he does Chris White, make sure don't crash with Seamus on the back. Look at this, Magno.
Oh no, Max. Yeah, he looked like he kind of had a bit of indecision on that wave. He looked like he might want to go straight up, hit out the bowl. Then he decided, no, wait, I've had an AOS. Let me try and see if I can get a barrel. And
nothing happened.
Too much deliberation, and the wave was finished. So it's that's what you got to do. You got to act quick out the box today. It's even shorter than usual. It's a very short, intense wave at the best of times, but today it's even shorter than usual. So you've kind of got to know what you're going to do even before you get to the bottom of the waves out here today.
You had about 3 weeks, maybe 3.5 weeks between Pipe Challenge and here. I'm going to get back to you. We just got word. Shaggy is with the winner of the last heat. Shaggy, where you at, brother?
Hey, guys. I'm down here with Jake Stone, the winner of the first heat of the Box Pro. Congratulations, Jake. How does that feel?
Invigorating. Yeah, I'm stoked.
In one word.
March fly.
And anyway, so what's it like out there? It's pretty slow. How'd you feel doing that backflip first wave?
Yeah, I think it's just one of those heats where just everything kind of falls into place at an early stage. So it kind of felt pretty good just to get like a nice little west peak into a little bowl at the start. And yeah, I landed it and it just felt good. Good start to a heat.
Well, there you go. You're into round 2. Congratulations. No one's out this round, but anyway.
Thanks, Shaggy.
All right, back to you guys.
All right. Well, Stone winning that first heat of round number 1. He advances to round number 3, bypassing round number 2. So that's the beauty of it. In the first rounds, it is a non-elimination round, and the top 2 riders, first and second, move on to round number 3. Third and fourth will go into round number 2. So I was going to ask you, you had about 3.5 weeks between the Pipe Challenge and the box.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Yeah, well, I went to Puerto Rico to kind of just get my head straight. I didn't have such a good result of pipe. I just kind of wanted to get away.
To hang out with your lady.
And obviously to hang out with my lady, Natasha. So, yeah, it was great to get a bit of time with her before the busy year ahead. So, yeah, we just kind of hung out. My best friend Josh and his new wife Alicia came over, and
nice.
We had such a great time just cruising. We surfed a lot, cooked dinner at the house, just kind of lived the simple life for a while.
Nice. So it's good to
it was really nice.
Pull back, recharge, and then come back
Exactly,
ready to rock.
Exactly. And there's no better place to do it than an environment I feel comfortable in with Natasha, kind of in the corner there giving massages and whatnot. I'm joking. Nice. I haven't had a massage in years, so
awesome. Well,
next time maybe.
Well, let's get back to the action right here in red. Amaury Lavernhe sliding under the pocket, nice barrel, and he punches through the lip right there.
Sick one for Moz.
What's happening with the wave? It's tending to pinch at the very end.
I think it's just because it's too small and the tide is on the up, so there's a lot more water on top of the reef. Whereas when it's lower in these conditions, the wave will hit the reef much more abruptly and throw a bigger barrel with less pinch. So so I mean that's kind of gonna. I think it's gonna get progressively more pinchy as we go on. But here we got Moz, yeah, getting in nicely there underneath the barrel, coming out pretty cleanly at the end there. Just that wave was almost pretty west as well, so it had that push at the end which caused it to pinch. But great direction, and he was in there where it counted.
All right, Amaury Lavernhe, we're still waiting for the scores to drop right now for his last wave. But currently winning the chart, leading the charge. Hold on, Mike
There we go,
Stewart,
Mark
live
having
action.
Yeah, Mark dropping down there behind the camera angle, and looks like he did a nice clean roll. He's going to make it through that one. Looking for something else in there.
Oh, that's
Does another
first.
one.
That's a first. We've seen
Oh,
that.
might do another one.
Oh, banks a reverse on the inside. This is
Jeez.
first time we've seen a rider actually ride
Yeah.
it and come into the inside, into the shallows above the reef. So the judges, how are they going to look at that wave?
Yeah, well, I think I guess I don't think it will score extremely highly. It was very good on length of ride, but once it leaves the main part of the reef, the wave leaves the main part of the reef, it gets progressively more weak. And the judges know that. They know the main part of the reef is the actual box patch, which Mark is on right now. So he'll be scored generously for this good controlled roll through the lip. And the rest of it will be a bonus, but the rest of it will be a bonus, but I think that the majority of the score will come from the first maneuver out the back. Yeah.
So Mike
yeah.
Stewart.
Yeah, that last wave came at a 6.08. So that was a fair score for Marco. Here he is, the legend of the sport himself. He's currently at world number 2, so he'd have to be happy with that.
Every time I look at this profile, I'm like, okay, what am I going to be doing at 48? I hope
Yeah.
I'm able to ride, still ride waves at,
Yeah.
at that age, because he is not only riding waves at 48, but he's riding big, massive waves and competing with the young guns on the world tour. So
Exactly.
huge props to the living legend, Mike Stewart.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't think he would be able to do it without the support of his family, Lisa.
Nah.
And his kids, I'm
Yeah.
sure, are behind him 110%.
Definitely,
So
yeah.
Mike Stewart in yellow, currently in
Yeah, we
second, out
got
the back.
red. Amaury Lavernhe with another clean roll on a slightly smaller wave than his last. Just able to push through that foam there. You can see he's not happy with that one.
Yeah.
He knows what's been going on around him, and he knows that was a smaller wave. Moz is the 2010 was the 2010 world champion, and he knows how to win a heat just as much as anyone else. And so yeah, Moz needs to get back out there, and he needs to do something special now to get out of 4th place.
We're still waiting for his last 2 waves to drop on our score sheet. And check this out. Coming up next in the red, you're going to see Ryan Hardy. But in blue, Jacob Romero making it to the main event.
Jacob Romero, Guy Hogs himself. Look at this guy. He's got the whole of Hawaii behind him. And here we got the living legend of Margaret River and the box, Ryan Hardy, the
Yes.
boss.
Yes.
He's going to get out there. Geez, like you sort of want Ryan in the heat and you sort of don't, because you can kind of watch where he sits. If he looks interested in a wave, you might be like, oh, perfect. But at the same time, he can absolutely school you and sell you on numerous lemons. So, so yeah, he's kind of like a part and parcel package, Ryan is. And then we got Louis Finnegan, another young gun from Western Australia who's qualified through the trials. Louis was ripping yesterday. Opened up his trials account with a 9.25 in the final. And he's a really impressive young talent. He's a local to the area north. Here we got Moz up on another one, and trying a flip off the end there. That last little section goes really weak. And yeah, Moz is gonna have to hit it a little bit closer to the peak to land back in the wave.
Well, he knows there's about 13 minutes remaining in this heat, and he doesn't have priority in this 4-man priority system. How difficult is it on a one peak, one wave peak, which means it's only going one way to the right? How difficult is it with a 4-man priority?
It is pretty difficult, especially now that it's so inconsistent. Here we got you, Innocend, having a look at this one. Not much there, but yeah, it's very difficult. The most difficult thing with 4-man priority is when it's inconsistent, because you get the guy in fourth priority who actually doesn't get any waves. Whereas when it's pumping in a situation like we had a pipe, you get guys with 4th priority that get the winning wave of the heat or the highest scoring wave of the heat, because they were just in a position that no one else thought a wave would come through. So yeah, it can work both ways very easily. But out here, 1st priority is what you are really after.
Yeah.
because you're going to have the opportunity to pick and choose the sets. So if watching Ryan free surf the last few days anything go by, I would say that he'd be waiting out the back for large portions of the heat, waiting to get the highest potentially scoring waves.
So do you think most of the competitors, not only the viewers, but also the competitors, are going to be watching this heat intently to see how Ryan Hardy, this is his backyard. I mean, he can go out there blindfolded and catch, you know, unreal waves and perform at a different level. So a lot of people are going to be watching, see how Ryan Hardy moves and, you know, see where he's sitting out there.
Definitely. Number one watcher will be me. And, and I guess all the other competitors as well watch Ryan very, very closely. And it's pretty funny because he's kind of aware of it. Like, I remember last year I asked him, so what happens when it gets like, does it ever get too low? And he's like, yeah, it can get too low. And then he kind of stopped and went, but I'm not giving away any more secrets. And he kind of just, he's just joking. Like, he's always willing to help.
He's joking, but he's not.
Yeah, exactly. He's willing to help, but I think when it comes down to it, he's going to keep that his lips zipped.
Yeah. Yeah, and, you know, he can't stop everybody from watching the next heat. He's coming up in heat number 3 against Mark McCarthy, Louis Finnegan, and Jacob Romero. But currently out in the water, heat number 2, we have in red, Amaury Lavernhe in 4th. In 3rd, Magno Passos. In 2nd place, Mike Stewart. And winning the lead, or leading the charge right now in this heat number 2, is Drew Innocend. So, Drew.
Yeah. Drew ripping, doesn't surprise me at all. I knew from the second that I saw his name on the heat list that he was going to be a force to be reckoned with out here. Such an underrated rider. Mike's in 2nd. He needs a 7.28 to be first. So he just needs to get a wave kind of similar to his 3rd wave. Like I'm pretty sure that was the invert, or maybe that was the ARS. So he's looking for a nice technical move off the peak to move ahead of Drew. Here we got Drew looking. Drew's obviously in 4th priority, looking for just something to keep busy with. I guess that served its purpose, but didn't get him any further ahead. And in 3rd, we've got 10 minutes remaining in this heat, and with 10 minutes to go, in 3rd is Magno Passos, who he's had some pretty good scores. He's actually had the highest scoring over the heat with a 7.91. Oh no, sorry, that's what he needs to go to 1st.
Yeah,
he needs 7.91 to go to 1st, so he's got his work cut out for him. Or he needs a 7.04 to be 2nd.
But look at his 2 high scoring waves. There's 6s, almost a 7 on, you know, he has a 6.53 and a 6.95, and still that's not enough for 2nd and 1st place.
Yeah.
So big scores being put down right now, and they're in conjunction with the conditions right now. Look at this, Ryan Hardy making his way down to the water's edge. And this is it. This is backyard.
Yeah. And looks like we're in for a treat on
Wow,
a little tutorial on how to win
Exactly.
the box from, here we got Magno with a massive invert last year. Jeez.
And this was the final that went down between Ryan Hardy right here in red, and he was just on a different level.
Yeah, a sweet invert by Ryan. The approach he took to last year's final was just flawless. I mean, he was just kind of waiting for the insiders and the ones that had the nice west run in. And, I mean, that's how you could see he utilized that perfectly on that big invert. He just had a nice run into the wave, knew exactly where the section was going to be. He was there at the right time and just flung a textbook Ryan Hardy invert into the flats, and that sealed the deal. No one really stood a chance at the end.
All right, check this out. Reflex replay with Magno Passos. We missed this wave, but we got it here on the replay. Magno with a smaller inside wave. Not a high scoring wave, but another wave nonetheless. So slowly creeping his way to the priority is Amaury Lavernhe, who is currently sitting in 4th place. So you guys, the pro riders, the top 24 guys, they usually travel around. You guys usually travel around with 2, 3, maybe 4 boards. Talk to me about the boards that you're considering taking out in these conditions.
Okay.
But first, Mike Stewart.
Yeah, Mike Stewart, a nice little insider. He's trying to thread the needle on that one, see if he can push through, and he just makes it through. Not with excellent momentum, but here we got Drew Innocend on another one. What's he going to do? Nice roll. It looked like he would have landed in a pretty critical section and finishing off with a little spin. So, another good way for Drew. He's just having fun out there now, pretty much. I think when he gets the opportunity to better score, he will. But until then, he just wants to ride some waves and have a good time. But we've got another replay of Drew's wave. Yeah, hitting it right there in the critical section. Good roll for the conditions, and looks like we've got red. Amaury Lavernhe, they're getting a nice clean barrel with a spin to finish it off.
Well,
So
Amaury's hunting for a 7.49 to get into that second place spot. Look at this, Mike Stewart sliding under the lip right there. Oh,
another
punches through the
RS.
lip.
Yeah, geez, so this heat's been pretty neck and neck.
How
Everyone's
smooth did
riding.
he just come across that dead zone right there?
Yeah, he's got he knows how to get across wave faces, that's for sure. So yeah, I mean Mike really knows what to do in these conditions, and here's Moz sliding under the lip on this one, getting a nice. That's actually a very good barrel, nice deep little barrel. He really was looking for something to do out the end there.
Yep.
Unfortunately, just not coming together for him. But that's still going to be an improvement on Amaury's score. So let's hope that he moves ahead with that last wave.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have 6 minutes remaining in heat number 2, round number 1. Amaury Lavergne's wave still waiting to drop. Magno Passos in 3rd place. Mike Stewart in second, and Drew Innocend leading the charge. Amaury Lavernhe, your 2010 world champion.
Yeah, well, you got Marzia, Sasha Specker's stunt double, and yeah, he's looking happy. I doubt he'll be happy with this heat right now, but let's see what he's going to do with this last wave. We're just waiting for those scores to drop. With 5 minutes left to go. Yeah, still hasn't dropped yet, but
so there's a lot of variables in right now in this competition. Again, you're at a one peak wave with 4 riders, 40 minutes, 4-man priority, and there's a lot of strategies that can go down. Well, again, how do you deal with that without getting overwhelmed with all the the mental pressure?
Yeah, I don't know. I think just for me, I guess I'm just going to try not to think too much about the technical side of it and just focus on riding the waves that I get to the best of my ability. And I think in that regard, I'm pretty confident. But yeah, when it comes down to the technical side of things, that's still an area I need to grow in. And yeah, I'm not really willing to test any theories out here yet. But let's see one day when the waves turn on. But as for me, I'll just be concentrating on trying to be on the best waves, and if I get them, to ride them the way that I like to ride a wave.
All right, I was going to touch on this. As you can see, the next heat is making their way out. We do have 2 jet skis in the water. One is with our Slicks and Decks camera angle, the water angle, with Seamus Makem and Chris White at the helm. And this jet ski that is taking out the competitors to the wave. And it's a pretty long paddle out, so we had to get another jet ski to make sure these guys are out there ready to wait in the channel. So back to what I was going to ask you before was simply was you travel with 2, 3, 4 boards possibly around the world to all these events. What board are you going to use for your heat coming up in heat number 6?
Yeah, I'm going to be using one of my okay, well, here we go. We've got Moz on another nice looking wave. 6th invert out of the bowl there for Moz.
Nice.
He's going to be happy with that one. That's the Amaury we know and love, and yeah, he's making his way back out there to try and build on that score. He's got 3 minutes and 51 seconds remaining, so it's going to be a pretty tough one for Moz. Here we got Magno paddling into a really good looking wave. Good barrel, and looking for an exit move there. Just getting it in there. But yeah, the main peak of that wave was a good one, and here we got Drew Innocend up on another wave.
Wow, nice wave exchange right here
Threading
between
it
the
through
3
that
riders.
barrel. Drew's just toying with him in the seat, really.
Yeah, he's in the lead right now. He just wants to keep moving. He's having fun now.
Yeah, he is having fun. It looks like the wind's picked up a bit, gone kind of more offshore, which is nice. So yeah, I'm getting pretty excited for my heat now.
Back to your my question.
The boards, yes. The
And
boards.
get technical.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bodyboarders watching right now, and they want to know what you're riding out
Yeah,
there.
well, I've been riding a 41-inch since the Canaries last year. I was riding a pretty big board through most of the year last year, but I've reverted back to a smaller one. And in this event, I'll be using a Polypro board with 1 stringer, just looking for something with a bit more flex to it. It's a prototype of my new signature model, which will be available in June worldwide. That's with turbo, so I'm pretty excited about it. It's got some cool colors, and it's been going really well. It's a crescent tail with slightly smaller pins, so the actual tail blocks, like where the crescent ends, have been brought in a bit to allow for like a more pivoty bottom turn, so I can make quick adjustments where I need it, which has been going really nice for me. especially in the hollow, slabbier waves. We've got another look at Magno. What a peach of a little wave there.
Look at Glenn Thurston with his GoPro pole cam, that 10-foot pole that he's not going to miss any of the action.
Nah, Glenn's on it. Glenn's on it for his new board company and for Magno. We've got another look at Drew's last wave. Definitely not his best wave, but he's still just having a good time out there. And
all right, so we're starting to see a little transition from bat tails into crescent tails. When would you use a bat tail? And what type of conditions? Would it be here at the box on, these conditions? Obviously not. You just said you're using a crescent tail, but when would you pull out that bat tail board?
Here, let's just pay attention to this quick paddle battle
Amaury
here. We
Lavernhe.
got Mars looking up and riding on this one. Can he find a little ramp here for him? And we'll roll off the end bowl there. A big wave, but his roll, unfortunately, I think, fell out of the critical section. But he's going to ride this one as far as he can and try and milk that last score. He's gone up into third place with his last wave, so that's a step ahead for Amaury in the right direction. But knocking Magno Lavernhe back into fourth. And Magno now needs a 7.04 to be second, with not much time on his side. So yeah, this he's just been chopping and changing hands.
Okay, let's take another look from the reflex replay. Look at the paddle battle right here between Amaury Lavernhe and Drew Innocend. What's going down?
Yeah, I think it was probably a priority situation there where I don't actually know who was in priority there, but yeah, Mars got the better of that one, and he's a very experienced competitor, and maybe you never know, but maybe even if Drew did have priority, Mars kind of maybe would have tried to spook him on that one and maybe been calling him off. And that's the thing with priority, if you don't really know how to use it correctly, it can be used against you very easily.
Yep. Here is the slicksanddex.com water angle right here. Seamus Makeup and Chris White on jet ski number 1. And you can see him right there in the foreground. That big old pipe that Seamus has in his backpack is holding a HD wire transmitter to make sure we get the sick video angles from the Slicks and Deck water angle. So again, let me rephrase my question. When do you want to use a crescent tail? When do you want to use a bat tail?
Well, just theoretically,